hello everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Pinkuu Makes Minecraft Pink. We are back on the VTC server, and we're going to be looking around at one of our new areas. So, of course, it has just come out in Minecraft, the 1.20 update, and with that I decided to make a lovely new quarter for our new server mates to live in. So, we're going to head over there now, and I'm going to give you a little tour. So, just down this way, we're going to head over to what is now the French Quarter. So, it is towards Butcher's Barn up here. And we just head through to the elevator. It's already up here, that's great. Head down. Oh, you can kind of see it a little bit, and boom! There we go. Welcome to the French Quarter. So this isn't an entirely finished project. So you'll see that I'll be working on this in bits and pieces. Probably some short episodes where I'm like just doing the inside of the houses here and things like that. So that's exciting. If you continue on down this track here, that's down towards Butcher's Barn, and this way is towards the Pink area, the Pink Mall, and to get to Sparky's train as well. So that's all there. So it's mostly kind of a pinkified version of what a French Quarter generally looks like. It's very inspired by these kind of townhouses, some corner shops, things like that. We have a little bakery in here. We see all the little cakes. See the little breads in there? Look at them go! Over here, this is our very first pink brick building that I've ever built. With the new pink planks. They're very, very cool. So that's cherry wood. We've also used some quartz pillars and some smooth quartz for kind of definition around the building, any outside pillars and things like that. We've called it Home from Home. We have a bit of an internal kind of place, I guess. This building isn't entirely finished on the inside, but this is just to kind of give you a bit of an idea. But yeah, this room is the lounge, it's the living room, got television, some storage, a little couch area, and you've got that little console table with a little spruce plant. So cute. Upstairs, it's kind of like an upside down house, so where you have the kitchen next to the bedroom. So we've got this kitchen area, beautiful little kitchenette, and you can see out the window when you're washing your hands. It's something that's like so amazing when you go to farmhouses and stuff like that, and just the way that the sinks are placed, they're always placed under the window so you can see out whilst like you're washing your dishes or washing your hands, which is really cool. And we've got the bed area with all of this like signature Pinkuu, like the glow berries with the floral underneath, like the floral leaves underneath. Another console table with a nice window there. And then we've also got the bed and the bed surround. We have a funky little staircase. It's quite small, but I like it being a little smaller. We also have a little balcony here, so you can see out. How cool is this? So yeah, it's very, very pretty up here. You can see some of the things that we're going to go visit in a minute. This room isn't complete yet, so I'm going to be probably filling in this room at some point on camera so you guys can see what I'm up to inside of these homes, inside these houses, using the 1.20 stuff. Loving it. And then we have the shop, the bakery. This is called Le Petit Pain. And I'm using these side signs from the update. I love them. I think they're really cool. And the doors, the cherry doors, are beautiful. Like, absolutely stunning. So, recommend those. Inside the bakery, so we have the bread, we have some cake, we have little furnaces, and it has like a look-alike chimney here. This chimney doesn't go anywhere, like it doesn't go through the roof, it literally just kind of stays here. We have little cakes and breads in the windows. The special today is cherry cake. That's what we've got right here. A little trapdoor to let us through. And in here, this is where all of the bread is kept. So the idea is that it isn't really like a paid-for area, the French Quarter. You don't have to pay for anything here. It's more like a community-run space. So if you wanted to be a part of the server and you don't have like a house to live in or something like that, or you like the houses here, you can hop over and come see those. Come live here for a bit. And then we have more of the bookcases up here because I bloody love the bookcases. I love them. Up here, we've got the kind of terraced area, and you can see out up here to the other buildings. We've got a vanity table over here. The beds is very simplistic, but it's supposed to be very simplistic. Up here is supposed to be more of a, it's kind of more of a like flat feel, or like over the shop apartment feel. Like whoever runs the shop probably lives up here. So that's the thought, that's the vibe. And then we're going to go back downstairs, hop over the counter, and we come to the light lampposts. So I basically borrowed the idea of the lampposts from this design here, which is a nice classic design for lampposts. We've seen this sort of design before, but then I kind of made it like a four-way one over here for those areas that get dark really easily. So right in the center of these kind of big plaza areas, we've got quite a few of these lamps. We also have a wishing well, which people have already been wishing into. So you've got some gold and silver pieces down there. Again, we've used the planks up the on the fence posts here. We've kind of got a little bit of mossy going on. This is like a casual park bench, and the idea is like you can just watch everything from here. Most of the kind of open areas are very people watchy, like you can go watch people just do as they do. Have some little flower boxes. Again, these work really well for like hiding lights, hiding lanterns, stuff like that. And we have a little kind of stand for some foliage. This will be run by whoever wants to take it, basically. If somebody wants to sell kind of foliage or spruces or any kind of horticultural deals, then they will be able to come in here, set up their pieces behind us here, and yeah, they can do as they please. So we have all of those, that little area there, and then next to this, there's an alleyway down there. I'm sure if at some point someone will take you down there so you can see that. Bon Voyage is the other shop here, and I've just kind of filled it with either hard to get 1.2 items, 1.20 items, and then we have a few other kind of things that most people will need at some point, and these kind of weapons and stuff like that. Essentially, you can get most of your traveling stuff in here. That's the vibe. We're also going to be selling kind of interesting stuff, so things like pots, any of the other kind of new items, bamboo stuff probably. Yeah. We also have this kind of serving platform, so someone's whizzing by on the minecart, they can stop and come visit Bon Voyage. And literally around the edge, you can see it literally cuts off just here, so you can't really go any further. So that's the kind of vibe. It's very open, it's very open space. You can see where all of the little lights are to light up the buildings and things like that. You can see the lights in the sea as well, where I've lit up like the bases of the bridge and stuff like that. It's very pretty. Inside of these buildings, so these two buildings were made at the same time, and they're kind of like sisters to each other, so they have similar fixtures. Like you can see the different windows are kind of the same or like similar, but they have like different internal pieces, and if you look, this is slightly different too. The outsides are slightly different. This one's a lot smoother, whereas this one's a lot more textured, so that's a cool thing. These are very cool buildings. This building here, this is a work in progress. At the moment, this will be a lobby downstairs where you can get your post, you can talk to some service people about what's going on in the apartment building. This is one big old waterfall in here. I'm thinking about taking away this glass and just having the waterfall. I'm not sure yet, but something like that would be cool, I think. And then we can go to, I think first floor is where we want to go. So first floor, we haven't actually built the floor for this bit yet, but you can see this is where the glass waterfall starts, and there'll be like another level up here. So this will be where the bedrooms begin. So you can see that. The second floor is finished, except for this hallway area, which is so dark. So we need to fix that, make that a little bit more happy looking. But we have these rooms. So these are all very rustic feeling. They are like wooden mixed with a little bit of kind of light and academia style, which is like all bookish and things like that. So beautiful little areas. And we have a compact kitchen as well. So we've got some furnaces for your cooking, a little fridge there, the little sinks, there's no window to speak of sadly, a little bar area, and then you've got some storage up here. It's a nice, very casual space. And then we have the bathroom, which is like a disco bathroom. It is so well lit in here, but it's supposed to be, because it's quite tall, it's supposed to kind of feel very overwhelming almost. So we have little loos, a little bidet, a little sink, and then some foliage. You've got a window here, but it's kind of a little bit further up, so you're not being watched from the outside. And that's it for this like little flat. I've also put in light fixtures, so every room will have these kind of light fixtures, either the box light fixture or you can see through here, maybe. If I am very clever. There you go. They'll have these kind of light fixtures where it's chains coming down, it will have the iron trapdoors, and then I'll pop in some frog lights or some really bright lights in here. So it kind of gives you a little bit more light. It also means that this area is still kind of pretty without it being problematic, of it just being like, oh, this is a space that's not used, you know. It is kind of used, but also kind of not used. So it gives a more mystical, magical feeling. And then very finally, we have the rooftop. So we have a little glass topper on top of this, so that the rain doesn't get into the elevator. But this is all open space here. So you can kind of look over the land a little bit and see what's going on. And at the same time, you have a really big open area. So if you want to chill out here with your friends, I might set up some patio furniture up here, maybe like an open barbecue. Maybe that's a cool thing to have here. Yeah. Let's go to the ground floor. So we'll go all the way down. Bonk. And we'll head on out. So this way. This house hasn't even been touched yet, but it kind of gives you a scope of how big the buildings are. They're quite deep. And it's supposed to kind of be that way so that you can make like whole flats in these areas. So they're supposed to be kind of like 3 flats per house. There's also a basement to all of these buildings, just we don't use it. Like I haven't used the basement here, and I haven't used the other 2 basements yet. But if somebody wanted like a basement flat, that could happen. That's something that could happen. So we now need to kind of work out what to do with a couple of spaces. So we have this space here, which you can see the back of the shop up there from spawn. But this is like one big old space. And I'm like, do I cut this back and pop in another one of these pretty pink ones? Do I not cut it back and put something else kind of very small in the front here? Like just cut back like this much and then have something that's very slim in here? Maybe I just put a front in here? There's all sorts of stuff that we can do. A suggestion that's been made to me is to have something that's a little bit lower, like a little bit lower in height, but I quite like that this one is raised up a little bit. These are the same height. This one's a little bit lower, and the other one over there is a little bit lower than that. So I kind of feel like there is a variety of height here. It's not all just massively towering over you, but it is nice to have that kind of tall feel, because at the end of the day, it's supposed to be like a city street quarter area. So yeah. Well, let us know what you think, and how you think that we should progress and do some more French Quarter stuff. In the next episode, I will be doing the top room in this house, and hopefully we can start on our nice new homes over here, and create some beautiful little areas for people to live. We'll also be doing a tour of our pink area, so this is the Malibu Barbie inspired area, which was created before the update came out, so it's all super pretty, but there's nothing like pink kind of cherry wood or anything like that there. It is purely what we had from the last update. So yeah. Awesome. Well, thank you all so much for coming today. We really appreciate you coming down and saying hello to us. And we'll see you all super soon in the next episode. Bye!